Welcome guys. Let's begin. In previous video, just last few instances if I recall, we had seen an example of theft, definition of theft, section 378 IPC, punishment of theft, section 379 IPC. Yes? And what was the punishment of it? 3 years imprisonment or fine or both. Different crimes carry different punishments according to severity of the offense. If it is severe or serious offense that the person has committed, it will carry a strict punishment. Punishment of murder is either death or life imprisonment. This is the way that most of IPC is organized. First, a definition of offense is given and next the punishment for it. In addition to IPC, other special legislations such as Information Technology Act, Prevention of Corruption Act also help in classifying and punishing criminal acts. We saw it previously also, some other sources of criminal law में देखा था हमने ये चीज़. Note that this definition only tells us what offense is. It does not tell us about what should we do if someone has stolen our property or to whom should we complain to. What can the police do? In other words, IPC deals only with substantive criminal law and not with procedural criminal law. I told you what का आंसर IPC देता है, how का आंसर CRPC देता है. What is the crime? What punishment to give? That is an IPC. How to investigate, how to try the victim? That is CRPC. I told you in the previous lecture only, I guess. These procedures are set forth in CRPC. Now, object of CRPC is to provide a mechanism for investigation and trial of offenders. It lays down the rules for conduct of investigation into offences by police proceedings in court against any person who has committed an offence under any criminal law, whether it is IPC or a crime classified under any other law. So CRPC lays down the conduct or procedure or process of investigation for offences by the police, or the court proceedings also are mentioned, that is trial of the person, that is also mentioned in CRPC, and whether it is IPC or any other crime which is given in other sources of criminal law. Types of offences covered. All such offences are covered by CRPC which are mentioned in IPC. As already seen, legal meaning and whether an act will constitute a criminal offence or not is provided in IPC. Procedure of initiating proceedings for a criminal offence is provided in CRPC. CRPC provides the manner and place where investigation, inquiry and trial of an offence shall take place. जुरिस्डिक्शन क्या होगी? जहाँ पर ऑफेंस हुआ है उसी एरिया के जुरिस्डिक्शन वाले कोर्ट में प्रोसीडिंग्स होंगी. पहले एफआईआर फाइल होनी चाहिए, फिर उस प्लेस का इन्वेस्टिगेशन होना चाहिए टू सर्च फॉर फर्दर एविडेंस एडमिसिबल इन कोर्ट्स, so that all procedures are very elaborately and clearly mentioned in CRPC. Classification of offences depending upon nature and gravity of an offence, CRPC classifies them under the following heads. Bailable and non-bailable offences. In certain minor offences, it is the right of accused to obtain bail when the trial is pending. So, as we know in India, generally the cases are not sought out in a short span of time. Cases or trials are pending for few months or few years maybe, as the case may be. So in certain cases for minor offences, the accused can ask for bail. That I will see, for a minor offence, if the punishment of the crime is 3 months, The case is pending in court for about 7 months. If I had committed the crime, then I would be only required to serve the imprisonment term of 3 months, but because of the pendency of case in court, I have served 7 months. So that is very irrational, or that is very wrong, that I have served a punishment that is greater than what I should as per the offense that I had committed. So in such a case, it is the right of the accused that he can ask for a bail while the trial is pending. That I am on bail, I will not leave the city, because bail की भी कुछ conditions होती हैं, that you will not leave the city without taking due permission from the court. Passports are with the court authorities. और उस जब बुलाया जाएगा, whenever the court will summon the accused, he will be present in the court. So that all conditions are also put forward, that we are granting you bail, but these are the conditions. You will not move out of the city without a permission. Whenever the court will summon you, you have to be present in the court in due date and time, right? You don't have to leave the country. So passport seize कर लेते हैं कभी कभी किसी situation में. So that all things are also there. So in some minor cases, accused can ask for bail, and it depends upon the court, the bail can be granted. These are bailable offences, जिसमें bail मिल जाए, that is bailable. On the other hand, some serious offences, accused do not have a right to obtain bail. In such cases, bail can be granted only on court's discretion. These are non-bailable offences. Means generally, in serious cases, accused cannot ask for a bail, but in some situations, it can be granted on the basis of the court, whatever the court may feel like. Cognizable and non-cognizable offences. Certain offences are so serious that any police officer can investigate and arrest an accused person without obtaining a warrant from a court. Generally, a search warrant, arrest warrants are prepared by the sign of magistrate or the courts, that now the police officer can arrest the person or the investigation can start. But there are some serious offences. If I take so much time in preparing the warrant and submitting in courts, and court further takes a time, by that time the accused, there is a high probability that accused will run away from the city. Then there will be, there will be more danger of running him out of the city, और तब और मुश्किल होगी उसको ढूंढने में. There are so many cities and states in India. Where will we find the person? So that will be more difficult for the police people to find him and arrest him and then start investigation proceedings against the person. So in such extreme cases, murder, rape, where there are high chances that the accused will run away. So in such cases, any police officer can investigate and arrest the accused without a warrant. तो इसमें cognizable offences में कोई भी पुलिस ऑफिसर अरेस्ट कर सकता है, इन्वेस्टिगेट कर सकता है, और इसमें अरेस्ट या सर्च वारंट की जनरली ज़रूरत नहीं होती. वरना हर ऑफेंस में जब आप अरेस्ट करने जाते हैं तो यू हैव टू हैव एन अरेस्ट वारंट फॉर इट. इफ़ द पुलिस ऑफिसर इज गोइंग फॉर सर्चिंग द हाउस, कि हम हाउस सर्च करेंगे, वी विल गेट एन एविडेंस विच विल बी producing in front of the court. So for that also a search warrant, house search warrant has to be presented. But if it is an extreme crime, then any jurisdiction police officer can arrest the person or start the investigation proceedings without a warrant from a nearest court. So such are cognizable offences. Opposite of it is non-cognizable offences, for which the police must wait for a magistrate order or for the order of a court before investigating or arresting the accused, for which the warrants are necessary. Without warrants, police officers can't take any action. Compoundable and non-compoundable offences. In certain offences, state which conducts the prosecution and accused can come to an arrangement where, instead of being imprisoned, accused can pay a fine. These are compoundable offences. Most common example of this is where you get caught without a ticket on a bus or a train and have to pay a fine. So you have committed a sort of crime, but it is a minor case, and the state to whom you have to pay the fine, जिसको आपको fine pay करनी है. See, the TT, generally TT को ही fine देते हैं ना. So TT is the employee of state government or the central government. So he will be qualified as a state for that time being because you are submitting the fine to him. Right? So state is to whom you have to pay the fine. So instead of, if you have seen that board in trains where it is put without ticket, if you are traveling, you have to serve for this much of imprisonment, or you can pay the fine, or both. And if without reason you are pulling the chain, you know the chain that is put in the train for emergency situation, if without reason you are pulling it, then for that also you have certain amount of fine to be paid, or both, or the punishment only. So instead of the punishment, if the person doesn't want to stay in prison and be imprisonment, instead of the permission, an equivalent amount of money, that is fine, can be paid to the state authorities. So that is an arrangement that I don't want to get punishment, but I can pay the fine. How much fine has to be submitted? Tell me that, I will pay the fine. So that is an arrangement. In place of the imprisonment term, I am giving you the fine. That is compoundable offences. Of course, not all offences are compoundable. It would not be desirable that murderers should be able to compound their offences. तब तो हर बंदा मर्डर कर दे और कहे कि नहीं हमें फाइन देनी है, हमको जी पैसा बता दो कितना चाहिए. So that is not the case. In some minor cases also, यहाँ पर भी कुछ minor cases compoundable हो सकते हैं. मर्डर, रेप, ये सब कंपाउंडेबल नहीं हो सकते. जनरली ये कंपाउंडेबल नहीं होते बिकॉज दीज आर एक्सट्रीम केसेस. CRPC lists various offences under IPC which are compoundable. Of these, 21 offences may be compounded by specified aggrieved party without permission of court, and 36 can be compounded only after securing the permission of court. So CRPC, according to CRPC, there are 21 offences in which the victim and the accused party, they both can agree into an arrangement and they can like बोलते हैं ना that we have made an agreement and now I want कि मैं केस को वापस ले लूँ. So that can happen for 21 such offences. 21 offences में without taking the permission of the court, their agreement can be done. But in 36 other cases, you have to take the permission of the court and then only you can enter into an arrangement. Stages in prosecution of an offence. Prosecution of an offence is usually a two-step process. Firstly, police investigates into a complaint made usually by a victim. जिसने जो चीज़ सफ़र करी है या जिसके साथ एक्सीडेंट हुआ है, जिसको इंजरी हुई है, वही तो कंप्लेन करेगा ना. सो पुलिस हैज़ टू फर्स्ट इन्वेस्टिगेट कि ये सही कंप्लेन भी है या नहीं. ठीक है, कि ये सही कंप्लेन भी है या नहीं, सच में उसके साथ ही हुआ या नहीं, तो वो चीज़ इन्वेस्टिगेट करी जाती है. Secondly, based on report of police, state prosecutes the accused at a criminal trial where accused may either be convicted or acquitted. Convicted means he is found guilty. ये मान लिया जाता है कि जिस बंदे पर इल्ज़ाम लगा था, हाँ उसी ने ये क्राइम कमिट किया, so that is convicted. And if it is not with due evidence, it is not proved that the person on whom the claim was made, he is not the one who had committed the crime, so that is acquitted, found found not guilty. Investigation of offences. Investigation is a preliminary stage conducted by police and usually starts after recording of a first information report, that is FIR, in the police station. Anyone, not only the victim, can notify the police about commission of an offence by recording an FIR. So first thing to start an investigation is to report an FIR. ठीक है, सबसे पहले FIR ही होनी चाहिए, वरना पुलिस को ये पता कैसे चलेगा that there is an accident or there is an offence committed. So first you have to notify the police through an FIR that such and such offence is committed on such and such person at this place at this time. If from FIR, officer in charge of a police station suspects that an offence has been committed, he or she is duty bound to investigate facts and circumstances of the case and if necessary takes measures for arrest of offender. So from the FIR now, as soon as the FIR is registered, it is the duty of the officer in charge of police station to find out that whether the FIR is for a true incident or not, as I told you. And then if it is for true incident, then it is the duty to investigate the facts or circumstances of the case, and if necessary, if it's an extreme situation that the offender may run away from the city, then without a warrant he may arrest the person, or if it's a case जहाँ पर वो नहीं भागेगा तब with warrant you have to arrest the person. So with or without warrant, whatever the case is, if necessary, arrest can also take place by the police officer. Investigation primarily consists of ascertaining facts and circumstances of the case. It includes all efforts of a police officer for collection of evidence. So investigation is to investigate, usko ढूंढना, to find out the facts and circumstances of the case. It includes all efforts which a police officer can make for collection of evidence that needs to be produced in the court. Now, police officer is always working on behalf of the government or the state. So the evidence which he or she is collecting, that will be obviously produced in the court of law in favor of the victim and against the accused or the claimed person. Claimed person means on whom the claim, जिस पर इल्जाम लगा है वो क्राइम करने का, उसके अगेंस्ट ही जो एविडेंस होंगे वो पुलिस ऑफिसर सबमिट करेगा, एंड दैट वुड बी इन फेवर ऑफ द विक्टिम. ठीक है. So what could be the efforts of a police officer? Proceeding to the spot, जहाँ पर offense हुआ वहाँ जाना. To it can sometimes be recreating the crime scene. I guess you may have heard of that Hyderabad rape case where the police had gone to recreate the crime scene. They had gone to the crime spot, and there only when the accused were running away, then they shot them, right? So that can also be, they went to the spot where the crime was committed, they recreated the crime. That can also be a part of investigation. Ascertaining facts, circumstances, discovery and arrest of the suspected offender. जिस पर शक है उसको अरेस्ट करना. ऑब्वियसली आपको ढूंढना पड़ेगा, वो घर पे तो जाकर बैठेगा नहीं क्राइम करके. सो कुछ ना कुछ तो मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी पुलिस ऑफिसर को उस अक्यूज्ड को, सस्पेक्टेड अक्यूज्ड को ढूंढने में. So first you have to find out where that person could be, and then with or without warrant, as the case may be, there may be the arrest of the person. Collection of evidence relating to commission of offence, which may consist of examination of various persons, including accused, and taking of their statements in writing. See, everything, generally in law, everything is in written, और written में ही उसको एक valid proof भी मान लिया जाता है ना, कि written में दो तब मैं मानूंगा. Sometimes we say so. Everything written is considered to be authentic, and as a proof it can be taken. क्या उसने बोला, that is not taken into as an admissible proof, because जो बोला है वो कुछ देर बाद वो अपनी बात चेंज भी कर सकता है ना. बट रिटन में है तो दैट इज अ रिटन स्टेटमेंट विच इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी फिक्स्ड, क्योंकि आप जब चीज़ लिख लेते हो दैट इज रिमेन्ड फिक्स्ड, वो एक तरीके से ज़्यादा टाइम के लिए रहती है. So, collection of evidence can be to examine or to record the statement of various people in writing, including the accused, and search of places or seizure of things considered necessary for investigation and to be produced at trial. Trial कहाँ है? कोर्ट में. तो कोर्ट में हमें अगर कुछ चीज़ें हैं that are related to the crime that are necessary for investigation, तो पुलिस उसको सीज कर सकती है, उसको अपने साथ ले जा सकती है ताकि वो बाद में कोर्ट में प्रोड्यूस कर सके. फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ओपिनियन एज टू वेदर ऑन बेसिस ऑफ मटीरियल कलेक्टेड देयर इज अ केस टू प्लेस अक्यूज्ड बिफोर अ मजिस्ट्रेट फॉर ट्रायल एंड इफ सो टेकिंग नेसेसरी स्टेप्स फॉर फाइलिंग द चार्जशीट. अब क्या किया? क्राइम सीन गए, फैक्ट सर्कमस्टेंसेस देखा, सस्पेक्टेड ऑफेंडर को ढूंढा, उसे अरेस्ट किया और उसकी स्टेटमेंट ली इन रिटन. जब ये सब काम हो गया देन नाउ दे आर फाइलिंग द चार्जशीट कि इस पर किस किस बेसिस पर क्या क्या चार्जेस पर, चार्जेस कहाँ से आएंगे? आईपीसी से. किस किस चार्जेस पर जो इसने क्राइम कमिट किया उसको सजा मिल सकती है. सो फॉर दैट अ चार्ज शीट इज फाइल्ड बाय द पुलिस ऑफिसर. सो आफ्टर investigating or asking examination, cross-examination by asking various questions, taking the statement in writing. Once all these things are done, now they form an opinion that now we have to produce this person within 24 hours of arrest before a magistrate for trial, and for that now they file the charge sheet. Investigation ends in a police report to the magistrate. So as soon as the police reports to the magistrate or to a nearest court of law, तो पुलिस के पार्ट पे जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन होती है that ends. What happens if police refuse to investigate an offense? In all cases, a person can proceed directly to file a complaint with magistrate, who may either proceed to try the case or order police to investigate the offense and file a police report. So generally it happens कि police officers refuse to file a case. So in that situation, the person or the victim or representative of the victim can directly move to the magistrate of the nearest court of law, and then the magistrate can order the police officer to report the case, or he himself on his own begin to try the case, or he may start the proceedings. From trial of an offense, next video. Thank you so much.